Don't settle for less than a Honda. Visit your Augusta-Aiken Honda dealer.
At Parker's Kitchen, we go big. Our catfish sandwich. It's huge, bigger than the bun, with an extra large serving of Parker's signature sauce. At Parker's Kitchen.
Live from Augusta with a First Alert weather update.
Rain and thunderstorms continue to roll in as flood-prone neighborhoods brace for conditions to worsen.
And an EF1 tornado tearing doors off of buildings and knocking down trees in Langley. Some are saying they haven't seen this damage since Hurricane Helene. We're taking you there live in just a few minutes. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Wrdw.
And I'm Zana Halliburton. I'm in the Weather Center with your First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hill. And Riley, areas have seen more than half a foot of rain. And on top of everything, a tornado has been confirmed in Langley.
Yeah, and I saw that damage firsthand this morning, Zana, and I mean, absolutely incredible that there was no injuries, there was no fatalities, because this hit a very populated area of Aiken County, right near Langley Pond Park, just across from the fire station. This map here shows what is the projected path of that tornado that happened just around 3:30 early this morning. So we saw significant damage there near the fire department. This is the community center, also their water utilities office. Dunbar Street is where we spent the majority of the morning surveying a lot of that damage, and you could definitely see a lot of structures, trees came down, power poles down, just a lot of work for crews to clean up out there early this morning and still actively picking up. Now, with the EF1 designation from the NAT to go away, much more on this for you coming up in just about 10 minutes.
Thanks for that, Riley. To Langley now, where you can see the damage left behind from that EF1 tornado. Your Sky 12 drone capturing this video showing metal siding and roofing torn from the Langley Fire Department and the water office next door.
In the surrounding neighborhoods, you can see that path that tornado took as it tore through the area. That's where we find your Sydney Hood live for us now. Sydney, you've been out there all day. Walk us through what you've seen and what neighbors are saying.
A lot of neighbors are telling me that the damage they've seen today, it's worse than what they saw during Hurricane Helene. I'm going to step out of the way so you can get a better look at it for yourself, but you can hear the chainsaws in the background. I've heard these chainsaws all day long as people are trying to clear up this portion of Dunbar Street where I've spent the majority of the day surveying the damage. Where I'm at right now is at the corner of Dunbar Street and Jackson Street, and this is only just a small portion of the damage on this road, and it's got a lot of neighbors holding their loved ones a lot tighter than they have ever before, because they're just thankful that they came out of this unharmed and that they are able to get out here and clean their yards, because a lot of them are telling me that it happened so fast for them.
1 minute, neighbors were sleeping. It sounded like a train was coming through my bedroom. The next, they were running. And I screamed for my kids to run into the hallway, into the bathroom with me. I was in my shower shivering with my granddaughter hooked to me.
And soon, silence.
In about 4 minutes, it was done.
Not knowing what they were going to walk out and see.
I didn't know what it was until I came out and realized it was my carport. And it was gone, and you see that, so it speaks for itself.
The wind hit hard and fast, leaving nothing the same.
I mean, because if it would have been the house, that would have been my bedroom. And that's where I was at.
Instead, a tree crushed the Mason family's car.
We're a family of 7 with 5 kids, and that's our only transportation, and now it's gone. And we didn't have full coverage, so we can't get another one.
Still, they consider themselves lucky.
Luckily, it's not any severe damage, and our family's all right.
I'm thankful my family's all right.
Some lost a car, parts of a roof, but not each other.
Everybody came out. We were all out on the road. We were all out here hugging each other. We was just, but this is a little community, as I call us.
Certainly feel that community out here. Like I said, you can hear the chainsaws in the background. They have been working all day as neighbors have come out of their yards trying to offer help to their fellow neighbors to clear some of these trees, clear a pathway, and I've certainly seen a lot of the progress since I've been out here since around 10 o'clock this morning, but as you can see, still a lot more to clean up out here.
And it's really just sad to see. It gives us a glimpse back from Helene, but thankfully that family's okay. It was just their carport. Their home is all right. And again, no one was hurt. But again, it's the same story that we talked about with Helene. The community really coming together to help for that. Thank you, Sydney, for keeping us updated from Langley.
And Langley wasn't the only place hit hard. Take a look at some of this video. This may look really bad to some of you watching at home as we get to some of these other clips, but this is not shocking to families who live on Cedar Creek Road out in Aiken County. It's like clockwork. Every time it rains, you get images like this. You can see the road completely washed away. The carved out sections on each side of that dirt road are basically waist deep when you go out there. This has been an issue 12 on Your Side Investigates uncovered in August of last year. Now, 28-year-old Dylan Turner died while staying at a home on Cedar Creek Road. He was having a medical emergency when the people he was with called 911 for help. You can hear dispatchers telling Aiken County EMS they have to go a different route because Cedar Creek Road was actually washed out from a previous storm. This has been a known problem with the county for years. Aiken County told 12 on Your Side back in April of 2023 it had spent $30,000 to $50,000 trying to solve the issue along with SCDOT. That number has only increased since then, with neighbors saying the road has washed out dozens of times since then, including during Tropical Storm Debbie that we saw last year. Now, we've seen Hurricane Helene, of course, and now this storm, so we can all assume that number is much higher right now. When I was out there earlier this morning, neighbors told me the county just came out a few weeks ago to fix that damage from Hurricane Helene. Aiken County officials tell 12 on Your Side the only solution here, pave the road and install proper drainage systems. We know $800,000 of state money has been set aside for county road and drainage projects. We have yet to see any of that work completed out there, at least from what we saw on Cedar Creek Road earlier this morning. Of course, we'll continue to follow this and keep you guys updated.
Effects from this rain extend far beyond Langley and Wagner. Your Audrey Dickerber made her way through several counties today, including Barnwell, Bamberg, and Allendale, all of which have areas that are underwater.
Well, it probably looks like I'm standing in front of a lake right now, but it's actually somebody's yard. A scary sight that many people in Allendale woke up to this morning. Nowhere to go.
As you can see, we are flooded out.
Flooded roads, parking lots, yards, cars, and even homes.
And this is what happens. The ditches are running over. You don't know where the ditch is at. It's a drain right there, but I'm surrounded by ditches.
Water so deep that many can't even leave their front porch.
I was real shocked about it because I couldn't use my car to go anywhere.
An issue that isn't common, but has happened before when there are excessive amounts of rain.
Now you can't go further, because if you go further to my right, it'll cover your boots. And like I say, I can't go out my back door because it's the same thing. You know, we're just surrounded by floods. If you go further back, it's even worse in the back.
Local officials say Allendale is a low-lying area and that it could take days for all the water to clear out.
Our problem in this area right here is those drain lines are stopped up because this water is not moving. But there's nothing we can do to it right now until the water goes, and then we can get in there and clean them out. And that's going to make a big difference if this happened again.
Hoping for a solution and no more rain.
It is what it is. You know, we just got to live with it. Somebody can do something about it. Like cleaning out the ditches and drain. And who am I? We just can't get the help that we need around here.
And the sheriff's office said they made multiple rescues today when it comes to saving people and animals from the water. And they also urge you to please be safe if you are driving on the roads because it's hard to tell just how deep the water actually is. Reporting in Allendale, Audrey Dickerber, On Your Side.
Good safety reminders there. Thank you, Audrey. Now is a great time to pull out your smartphone and download the News 12 weather app. If you have not already, you can scan this code on your screen right now. It'll take you to your app store to download.
It's free and you can customize your notifications so you only receive what matters to you from your First Alert weather team.
New this evening, a 24-year-old is dead after a hit and run on Windsor Spring Road. This happened just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. The Richmond County coroner identified the victim as Tavion Wright. Authorities say the driver that allegedly hit Wright parked at the nearby fire department and tried to run away, but was taken into custody. The investigation is ongoing and we'll update you once we learn more.
Happening now in North Augusta, a meeting is underway to discuss traffic issues on Georgia Avenue, specifically where Georgia Avenue meets Carolina and Jackson Avenues. Discussions are ongoing as to whether a roundabout or other traffic change could make that area safer. This is a part of North Augusta City Council meeting. We are listening to that right now. We'll keep you updated tonight and let you know what comes out of that meeting.
And a heads up, if you use the Thompson McDuffie waste transfer station, it's closed until further notice. That's because a container with an unsecured rear gate crashed into the scale house. The sheriff's office investigating, and emergency repairs will begin shortly. We're reaching out to learn a timeline for repairs and what you should do with your trash in the meantime.
Georgia Senate races are still more than a year away, but today Insurance and Fire Safety Commissioner John King threw his alert still in effect the rest of today into tonight. A marginal severe weather risk continues across the entire CSRA. Much more coming up just after a short break.
And still ahead, we've got a prime example of how pennies make dollars, and the end result is benefiting thousands of kids in need. That's coming up on your Miracle Monday.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
The News 1226 First Alert Radar Net.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
First just got faster.
With 40 years experience in the week, low 90s by Friday.
Thanks, Riley. One local woman is sharing her story after her little girl had to go to the Children's Hospital of Georgia. Tammy Kamai is the general manager of Panda Express in Evans, which just so happens to be a partner of the Children's Hospital, raising funds in support of the kids who go there. Tammy is now reminding others why having this hospital here at home matters. This is 9-month-old Mahina. She was born 4 weeks early and had to spend a few days in the NICU.
After being discharged, a day later, we were doing her routine checkup. Her vitals were a little low, so they sent us to the Children's Hospital of Georgia for overnight treatment and observation.
Tammy says Mahina only had to spend a day at the Children's Hospital of Georgia, but it was what happened after that really touched her. She noticed the playground inside the hospital.
There's a little boy and little girl that were playing there, and I'm just kind of like in awe. This is here on the floor for them. And then looking up at the banner, it said brought to us by Panda Express's Panda Care Foundation in partnership with the Children's Miracle Network. So I actually snapped a picture of it to share with my team when I got back.
Being the general manager there, she says one of Panda Express's core values is giving.
Something like this is something that's easy. It's something as simple as our associates asking for a donation at the end of a meal. Change adds up quickly. So even if it's a penny or $5 or, any denomination, it all goes a long way in that campaign of giving.
And every donation goes a long way supporting thousands of children receiving care at the Children's Hospital.
They were friends. They try to make me feel as comfortable as possible, which I really, really loved about it. And so now when I share my story with my team, they can share it with different guests that are coming in, and it gives them a new appreciation for what we have right in our backyard.
And we are so lucky to have the Children's Hospital in our backyard. Donations like the ones made at Panda Express really are helping make a difference for these families at Chalk. Last year, Panda Express there raised more than $37,000 for the Children's Hospital.
$37,000 all going to help a lot of local kids as well and kids all across the state. It's such a great resource. I know we sound like a broken record with how much we say, but we are so lucky to have that right here in our backyard. A great resource for us.
Absolutely, and sometimes you never know when you might need the Children's Hospital, just like in Tammy's case. Her daughter had to go there for a day. Those donations do stay local and again support the Children's Hospital of Georgia. As far as Mahina, she's doing great and has not had to go back to the Children's Hospital. Her mom says she's a busybody that knows exactly what she wants.
And they do great work over there at Chalk, and we appreciate all of our workers over there. Well, coming up next in sports, Mother Nature affecting state playoffs across the two states. We'll talk to one of our teams shifting gears when we come back.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Memorial Day savings are
Sub-severe, but we're finally starting to dry things out more by Thursday.
On your sideline, sponsored by Chandler Law Firm.
So neither the Pacers nor the Jags baseball programs have clinched a spot in the postseason in the NCAA Division II tournament. At the conclusion of this year's season, USC Aiken Athletics has decided to part ways with longtime Pacer coach Michael Holder. Aiken's athletic director Todd Wilkinson said the program will make a change in leadership effective immediately. That Holder name is a household one here in the CSRA. Holder was named head coach of the Pacers after serving as interim at the end of the 2021 season. Prior to his stint as head coach, he previously spent 8 seasons as the pitching and hitting coach. He helped lead Aiken to a school record 47 wins in 2008 and compiled a 90 and 118 record at the helm. By now, we should have already crowned a 5A tennis champion. Instead, the weather pushing it back a week, leaving extra time for the nerves and pressure but for Lakeside girls tennis, who's making a repeat trip back to the Final Four, well, they're looking at it like a little extra time that they get to spend on the court together.
I mean, I was disappointed. I do like to travel with the team. It kind of builds more relationship-wise. But wherever we play, we always got to win back. Definitely more practice is better because, I don't know, like we get to spend more time with each other. We get to practice even harder. I don't know, it just helps us be better as a team and helps you get better along with it.
The Banders will host that Final Four on Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
All right, thank you for that, Alyssa. Take a look at our 3-degree guarantee brought to you by Tub Doctor. Our forecast, 71, actual high 74. Just got it in there. So $50 heading towards the Kevin and Brittany Kisner Foundation. Another quick look at the forecast coming up.
Evans, you can't handle the roof.
You're ready, so let's go.
All right, remember, folks, for the rest of today and tonight, there is going to be a low chance we see some more isolated severe thunderstorm warnings. So just make sure you're being safe. Keep that cell phone close by in case there are any warnings put out. That will be in effect until about 4 a.m. early tomorrow morning. So another overnight severe weather risk across the area. Luckily, less severe weather chances Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we're talking about some summer-like heat to close out the week.
Thanks, Riley. We're back live on 26 News at 7.
And for News 12 at 10 and 11 o'clock. Thanks for watching.
Who you trust matters. At News 1226, finding truth is our promise to you. Checking the facts on all sides
And we'll continue to keep you
to
covered.
serve you with accuracy,
Now, we have issued a first look weather date.
impact,
Our I team will continue following this story
and transparency,
We begin with the breaking news happening right now.
empowering you to make the best decisions for your family, for your future. News 1226. Who you trust matters.
Watch this. It's all 100%